Today is a day of redemption. Welcome to the Storycraft Society. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Garmin, and this week we are tackling some much needed redemption that I've wanted for a while. We released a video on the channel here where I attempted to speed build a house, and in my opinion, that build was a failure. It wasn't a speed build. I've wanted redemption on this. At the end of that video, I promised redemption. Cue the footage.
I'm telling you, 4 hours, that's my goal. I'm gonna build a house to tabletop standard in 4 hours. It's coming.
But today is finally my day, and I am getting some much needed vengeance on this project. This time I came in prepared though. So I drew up some sketches, I've set all my materials out, and my goal is 4 hours. Under 4 hours to have a house ready at tabletop standard. I've got nothing else to say. I'm really excited to get crafting, so I'm just gonna dive into it. Let's go.
First hour. So we're gonna start this build by laying out 4-inch strips because our house is going to be basically 4-inch by 4-inch. I wanna make sure I get a nice square side though. All right, so we are 15-ish minutes in, and we've got our basic substructure. I cut these supports that are going to go down inside, that are gonna bring a little bit of support to the inside because this foam core, especially without the paper, is really flimsy. Once we get that done, then we're gonna try and fill the roof gap in, and then from that point forward, we should be just slowly chipping away at this thing. So structures, roof, let's go. Okay, so we have the basic structure of our house, and we are coming up on a half an hour in. So now what we need to do is we need to get this thing marked up so we know generally where everything's going. So like the front door is gonna be here, we're gonna have windows on the side, and then we're going to texture the whole piece up. So that is next. So one of the things that cost me a whole bunch of time on the last speed build was I decided to do stucco. The stucco I did with tile grout, and tile grout just takes forever to dry, so that killed a whole bunch of my time. So what I'm gonna do this time is do thinner wooden timbers, and then I'm texturing basically all of the foam core to look like stucco, saving me, again, I hope, a slew of application and dry time. We're coming up now on a half an hour in, and we're gonna be ready for timbers here very shortly, although again, cutting timbers always takes a long time. So let's get this knocked out and finished up. One thing that I am going to do that I've noticed is that the bottom edges of this foam core is real thin. So I'm going to take a quick second to cut some popsicle sticks and then glue those in down underneath. Okay, so in an effort to save time, I tried cutting less timbers than I thought that I'd need. Well, a smaller amount than I would normally cut, because hopefully the extra time that I saved, I won't need any more of these and I'll be able to just slap them on fast. So we have timbers, we have the pieces that are gonna end up being our fascia boards. So that is what is next. So let's get to work. So now comes the painstakingly slow process of putting all of these timbers onto this piece. It's going to be, for sure, the thing that takes longer than anything else on this build. So there's nothing we can do other than just jump into it. The one thing that I will say is that time is running out on the first hour, but we will see where we get in 3 minutes. All right. Time is up after the first hour, and here is what we have. I can't remember where we were in the last build, honestly, around an hour. I hope that it was less far than this. That would make me feel better. I'm thinking, if I remember correctly, we just had the substructure done. So that means we're ahead of schedule. Once the timbers are all knocked out, then we will move on to the roof. So, starting the next hour, and we're blasting out some timbers. So, officially ran out of timbers. Gotta go cut some more. Wish I would have cut like 3 more. Dang it. So 2 hours deep in the build, I did not get the timbers done. I still think we're on track. I just really wanted to get that one done. We only have a couple of timbers that need to go here. I'm feeling somewhat confident that in the next half hour we can get the roof done. So, all right, the planks for the roof are cut, and now we are starting into getting those glued down. Hopefully that won't take us too long, but other than that, we're making good progress. Let's fly. All right, so the roof is pretty much done. I'm now just doing the final touches on that. And then as soon as this is done, we can move on to doing the little last bit of pieces we're gonna do on the door. So we're gonna do that next. "22 minutes left. Definitely faster than the last one. This is feeling more like a speed build. All right, moving on. Let's finish this thing up. And with that, we have 4 minutes and 30 seconds left, and now it is ready for paint. So I'm imagining it's gonna take me the next 4 minutes just to get my painting stuff all set up. But if that isn't the case, then I'm gonna start into doing all of the stucco, because there's a good amount of that that needs done on this build first. And then once all the stucco's done, then I'm gonna do all the wood planking. So, moving on. What'd I say? As soon as I got ready to paint, I've got like 2 seconds left. Well, maybe more. All right, bang. All right, so after the first hour, no, that's not right at all. After the third hour, we have our structure base coated, and now we're just ready to move on to paint, and I'm feeling real confident that we can get this paint job done in under an hour. Cue the time lapse of me painting this bad boy, and we'll see where we end up when that gets finished. I am officially getting nervous. Felt like I was doing so good, and then I don't understand, something happened that it just... Painting. It's always painting. It's the worst. 2 minutes. Ah! Yeah, I'm serious. Holy crap. Done! Woo! That was way more stressful than it needed to be. Not dry yet, but it is done. Ugh. You know what? Honestly, I'm not even gonna film an outro right now. I'm gonna film an outro over in my normal set. So, I got it done. You can check out the glamour shots. Done. 4 hours. 4 hours.
And there you have it, 4 hours. I knew I was gonna do it. I was so sure. Actually, no, I wasn't. I had no idea. I was sweating bullets at the end if that wasn't clear from how big my reaction was. The good news is 4 hours, it's doable for me, which means it's doable for you. No special tools were needed in this project, no crazy things that I did or techniques that anyone couldn't do. And now I have a house that I am stoked to put onto my table, and it only took me a couple of hours. And what that means is that you could take a weekend or a couple of weekends and end up with a whole table's worth of houses for a wargaming table or a Dungeons and Dragons game. It's not gonna take you 1,000 hours to do it. But that's it for this video. If you enjoyed this content, definitely leave me a like down below and a comment of something that you would want to speed build maybe. That would be awesome to hear. I could get some ideas for maybe what I would do for my next speed build. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this content. That goes a long way. And hit the notification bell so that you know when our videos go up every Thursday. But until next week, I've got nothing else to say. I blabber too much anyway, so I'll be seeing you.